Hello, friends. This is Sharmi again with the Amateur Gardener. I am standing here in my front garden right next to a redbud tree. If you can see it right next to me here, hasn't leafed out yet, but it is fully budded up. It is the rising sun redbud and it looks awesome throughout the year. Planted it about, I think it was 3 years ago. It has grown some from that point, and I'm going to share pics about how it looks later on. Today, the reason I am putting up a video is my front yard winter garden looks awesome. There are dianthus, there are lots of pansies, there is kale, and the tulips have actually started blooming, as well as I have some hyacinths started blooming. And some of my old mums, the big mums, they are still there. I've ordered a whole bunch of mums from, I think it was Bluestone Perennials that I ordered a whole bunch of mums from, like the bigger mums. They call it the football mums or something like that. So they would be blooming next year, and I'll share videos of those, and I'll share the plants that I'm make a separate video for the plants that I'm going to buy this season, and they're all on order. Okay, let me turn around and give you a view of how things are looking. If you go in here, that's a native Leah. I'm going to post the name. I think I got it from Plant Delights, and that is a Cryptomeria globosa, I believe, Nana. I think it grows to like about 5 feet. I put it at the corner of this wall there. I think it'll nicely fill out there. And then coming back to the red bud, this is the red bud. It's beautifully branched out, kind of balanced on both sides. And the reason for my photograph video today is this front garden. It's looking awesome. It's looking, I mean, it's hard to explain these, but it is looking so colorful considering that it is a winter garden. Here is my azalea, one of my azaleas. This one actually has never stopped blooming. It just stopped blooming briefly during the freeze and then it started up again. This is a gardenia azalea. It has beautiful white blooms. There you can see some. I'm zooming in on one. And then my roses were cut back and they have already started leafing out. That's the advantage of living in 9A. Okay, here are my tulips. This is these are all from color blends, and they are the thanks and praise. I think they are yellow and white combination, and I just planted it everywhere sporadically. The kale, the dianthus, and the pansies are looking awesome. Here's something I want to zoom in and show you. These are actually Supertunia bubblegum. They just keep coming back. I find it so hard to even like kill them. So there's one here, and this is their year 3. This is the second Supertunia bubblegum. That's all coming back from the roots. Let me go around and show you the tulips from the other side. Here you are. I love the yellow in the middle of us, like a whole group of white. They look so awesome. I planted about 100, I believe. I love the pansies as well. The blue of the pansies goes, in my opinion, goes really well with the white and yellow. And then here's my mom. They're a little droopy today from all the rain we got last night. And then this is my Dragon Prince Cryptomeria. Looks awesome. And this area, I wish I could pass on the smell on a video. It smells so good. And I love this bunch of hyacinths. Planted 10 bulbs and got all 10 back. A couple are yet to bloom. And then turning around, this one, so far I have, I think, 8 come up. One of the bulbs is drying up. This is a plum yew, but this one grows prostrate. So it'll kind of, as we get a little warmer, it's going to fill up this area. Died back a little, over the winter, which I cut back. This one I showed you all before is a gardenia. It's all budded up, but I've never seen it bloom, so this one I'm anxious. Another cryptomeria to match on this side. Here are some tulips as well. These haven't bloomed yet, and these are I think the Yume, some Murasaki, I think these are some Japanese tulips. They were listed as tulips for the south, which is why I got them. I love the color. A little white inside the purpley pink, like dark pink, magenta colored. If you can see the little euphorbia clips, I think this is Ascot rainbow euphorbia. They are starting to flower. I'll be cutting back the flowers after they are done. I think I read somewhere that euphorbia, you're supposed to cut back the flowers once they are done. And here again, these are Supertunia bubblegum. They just don't die in my zone. They completely die back over a freeze, but they are all coming back. Another Supertunia bubblegum. I think I had like 6 here, and they are all coming back. Oh my God. If you can see, we are under an oak tree. I can see little oak seedlings come up. So I have a job on my hand to get rid of these seedlings. For some reason, last year we had a lot of oak acorns fall from this particular tree. So I can only imagine how much of a job I'll have pulling out these seedlings. I think I forgot to mention in my last garden tour that I have a Texas mountain laurel. No, sorry. I think it's yeah, Texas mountain laurel. That's right. Tree here. It's been here for like 5+ years, maybe 6. I'll show a picture of how it looks when it is in flower. It's purple colored flowers, and you can see they're fully budded up and ready to go. You can see a little bit of the purple color showing up there. This tree is fully budded. Once this tree blooms, this is one of my first trees to bloom. I know that spring's here. There again. I do have Pinnacle hydrangea here. I think this is Firelight Tidbit. I have to look it up. But I haven't cut it back yet. I may take off some of the weak branches. But otherwise, it's been here for a year. I think I planted in like 2022 fall. And then I have I think that is one of the southern living plants, Elysium. So that here, and it's pretty much it. I do have some space for something else here. I have another teeny tiny quad pot that I planted there. I think it's Tough Stuff Aha. It's right there. You can see a little few sticks poking up there. These are my iceberg roses. There's a hedge of them. Cut them back. They're flushing out. There's some dianthus in front of them. This is a kind of a mixed border that I'm trying to build. Not hedge, like a border. This one is a Creamer's Supreme Camellia. It's in bloom now. Next to it is a Rose of Sharon. I'll post the name. That one is from Proven Winners. And then this one is No-Chan Camellia. This one is white. Should be blooming out really soon. And then this one is another Althea from Proven Winners. I think this is white. That one is probably pink. This is the American ginkgo that is about to flush out. I've shown you this part of my yard before. The astilbes are all over the place. Going into my backyard. This is my sangokaku, the coral bark maple, and here are the Japanese forest grass I planted in a separate video. This one is another tough stuff hydrangea that is starting to leaf out, but it's tiny. This is the Savannah rose. I had pruned back and it's leafing out. And this is the Ray Ponton. This one had pruned back long time ago. It had bloomed and then we got a little bit of a cold and the blooms ended, but it's going to flush out. I do have a oak leaf hydrangea there. It's all budded up, I can see. That one is its second year, so I'm probably not going to prune it back so much. Maybe a couple of straggly branches in the middle. There's another Japanese maple here. I think this is Kamisaka Nishiki, and it's surrounded by boxwoods on three sides. Boxwoods are mainly to hide my pool equipment, my AC unit, and everything. I still have to clean this area up. I have some pansies here. Let me show you. This is my Eden climber rose. It's called Pretty in Pink. I've cut it back already and it is flushing out very nicely. There is a clematis on this side. It's a bluish white creme clematis. It is nicely budding out. I have Japanese forest grass here. I think this is the Eversheen. And I think it's Eversheen. And then this is a camellia that has finished blooming. It's a Sasenqua. This one is Shishigashira. It's a lovely pink one. This is a Pieris. This came actually as a free plant when I ordered from Conifer Kingdom. This is my shade area, and this area gets like almost maybe a little bit of sun during the summer months, spring and summer, when this huge tree above, it's a plum tree. I think it's a Santa Rosa plum. It's been there for like 10 years. So when that leaves out, it is pretty much, it's actually a two-in-one tree. So you have an apricot on this side and a plum on this other side. Okay. So it's in a lot of shade. So the Pieris does okay. I'm hoping it'll do okay there. I planted it last end of summerish. And then this is a hydrangea here. You can see my drip irrigation line running. I still have to put a layer of compost here. And this is the Big Daddy hydrangea. Okay, I do have some dianthus in between here and there, and some of these carex, the same carex. I do have a little bit of this phlox here. This is the creeping phlox. Put the name up. This camellia is also a Sasenqua. It is Winter Star camellia. It's a very light pink one. And then next to it are all my onion raised beds. I have a boxwood hedge running all around, This year I'll be cutting them back. They were planted 2 years ago. I planted a teeny tiny Edgeworthia there. I'm supposed to get another Edgeworthia in the mail today. I have planted some creeping phlox here. This one is in the shade of a huge camellia tree. It's a southern garden, has to have a camellia. And this one produces big, giant flowers. I have a whole, like a bed of ranunculus and anemones here. They're all over. If I step back, you can take a look at my camellia. That's the camellia. It's about maybe 20 feet now, 20, 25. And then I have another plum tree here. This one I have to do a little bit of pruning. It's next to my shed. Here is my pool area again. That's a backdrop. This is the windmill palm, the Mediterranean fan palm, and then the pindo palm. And then down, as I had shown you before, these are my Brigadoon St. John's wort here. I do have foxtail ferns all over around them, and they look awesome. They're starting, I cut it back, and they're starting to nicely flush out. Okay, there are 3 of these here. These are Esterellitas, I believe. They died back completely, and then I completely pruned them back, and now they are flushing out again. They look beautiful, produce beautiful like orange red flowers. This is another of my, I think this one is a jazzberry, Supertunia jazzberry, that is coming back again. These are some newly planted Bobo hydrangeas. I think I have 4 of them, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. This is a Buddleia. This is a Buddleia, and I am going to be cutting it back a little bit, but it's already started flushing out. That's another Bobo hydrangea. This is a Jatropha, which looks very sad now. I'm hoping, I covered it, but it's a tropical plant, but it does come back. So I'm hoping that it is going to come back. This part is dead. I did put mulch it up to here. So even if I can get the bottom come up, this area doesn't look as bad. Oh, this is still green. So I'll cut it back to that point, and then hopefully it is going to flush out. This area looks still green. So hopefully I can cut it back, and then it's going to, this one not so good. We'll see if I can get it to recover. I have a lot of yarrow. If you can see, that's the flower. It starts as white and then it starts getting a color here, and then most of it is on the other side. If you can look at all the yarrow on that side. There's a fig tree here. It's looking good. I tried to protect it a little bit with mulching it up. And then there are 3 rows of Sharons here in a row. One, a small one in the middle, and this is another tall one. A couple of other mallow roses in the front. I'll completely get rid of it, it'll come back. And there's some tall daylilies there. Here, back to the yarrow again. If you can see, this white is now getting a tinge of pink, and then it will turn into a very gorgeous deep pink. So I have a lot of them planted here. I think I got like 25. I hope it nicely spreads here. Another of my Supertunia, I think this is the white one, snowdrift, that's coming back. That's another small plug of an bobo hydrangea I had planted. It's coming back. This is Miss Molly Budlia. Never really died. I'm going to cut it back a little bit. And there is my fourth bobo hydrangea. There is a lot of stone crop here. You can see them starting to leaf out. This is a Peggy Martin rose. I did manage try to handle it a little bit, size control it, but it is crazy. This is our sitting area next to our pool, a pergola area, and we are surrounded with sunshine ligastrum. Stays like this, looks more goldeny yellow during the summer. Now it's more green. You can see this area gets a little more shade, so it's more greener. That area is more golden yellow. This is another it's not camellia. This is another magnolia. This is Brecken's Brown Beauty. Planted it, I think, a couple of years ago. Showing you a bit of my garden here. Okay, let me put this back. A lot of sunflowers growing from everywhere, and I do have to pull it out. I have strawberries growing there. This year I'm planning to cover it so that I can steal my strawberries back from my animal friends. Some anemones that I planted a couple of years ago, they are growing back. And this one is ageratum. I just left it in ground. It is spreading and it's growing back. And I love this ageratum in between these roses. These are mostly David Austin roses, except for one, I think here. There's another ageratum growing back. And this is a Nicotiana that is also growing back. That's a Nicotiana that's growing back. My apple tree is flushing out. At least this one is. The other one hasn't yet. All my beds. That one has carrots, and this large bed here has spinach. These two L-shaped beds that I have that have mostly all garlic and some cauliflower and some cabbage. These are my snowdrops here. A few of them have started blooming. Love them. They're a little droopy today from the rain. This is clematis. It's the Viva Polonia, I believe. I'll put it down. It's from Proven Winners. It was planted 2 years ago, slowly and steadily growing year after year. And then this is the rose, which is the awakening rose on this side. My husband made this bench here. It's a nice sitting area, resting while gardening. I have a pineapple guava there, and behind it is a birch tree. Actually, it's two birch trees there. This area tends to remain a little bit on the moister side. Right now, all irrigation is turned off. We do get rain at least once or twice a week over the winter, so it's turned off. Like we had a lot of rain last night. But the birch tree, I'm hoping, is going to soak up some moisture. This one is the sitting area that my husband built. I put a bignonia vine on top of it. I didn't even know this vine existed, and it's more like a evergreen vine that stays evergreen in our zone at least. I learned it from HortTube about it, and then I went and looked for it and I found one. This is the orange one. I'm trying to make it crawl all over this bench on top so that creates some shade. Then next to it is, there's a lot of junk in my yard. I have to take it out. Next to it is the tea olive. Beautiful smell. You can see the little teeny tiny flowers. And these two beds, I have two of them here. I'm planning to rotate my crops. So I'm going to plant my um, okra seedlings here. This one and that other bed there. I'm going to plant there. Okay. Again, we have the boxwood hedge running all along. There's salvia here that I cut back and it keeps coming back. I have a couple of um, camellias here as well. And then, again, I had shown you this before. These are some of my, I think it's minnow daffodils. And then the other daffodils are starting to pop their heads up. There's some weeds here. I know I have to get rid of them. There's another, this is a dwarf peach tree. I have another peach tree there. And this one is a apricot tree that grew from a seedling just 1 year back. This one will probably, in my mind, take a long time to fruit. It's in a nice location. It gives some nice shade and looks really nice and has awesome fall color, which is why I left it. But my actual true apricot tree is here. I think it's the Katy apricot. I may be wrong, but that's the one that's here. And this one is already starting to flower. This one is all budded up. A couple of flowers already there. This bed I told you that is here, I'm going to grow okra in here probably. And then this is an apple tree. It's a Fuji apple tree. I have to still prune this tree. I haven't done it. Probably size control it a little bit and prune it. This one is a beautyberry, and we have some Amsonia around it. The beautyberry is awesome. It produces the magenta colored flowers, like purpley magenta colored flowers. It's completely leafed out now, but it's budded up. I'm sure it's going to come back. And then have a couple of figs here. This one, the taller one that you see here, is supposed to be Little Miss Figgy. And the shorter one that you see here is the Chicago Hardy fig. Now, Little Miss Figgy is supposed to be a dwarf one, but I don't know what happened to it. Probably loves its life here, and it is much bigger. You can see I've already size controlled it. I've cut back the leading branches, trying to make it like a little more rounded, but I guess it loves its life here. It's already flushing out. I do have another big crepe myrtle here, and then on the other side I have a bay leaf tree, a little like a shrub, and then my hollyhocks are all over. I don't know how a strawberry is growing there, but it is growing. I'll probably move it to my strawberry bed. My hollyhocks are all over. This one are my Veronica patch under my this tree form Rose of Sharon, and it's growing. It's living its life here. Then again, some more hollyhocks. I do have a lot of amaryllis here, which die back, but again, you can see them coming back with blooms. I do have a hydrangea here. And I have another hydrangea here. I think one is white wedding gown and the other is LA streaming, something like that. I'll put names. You can still see my other amaryllis that are here. This is the limelight hydrangea that I pruned the other day. This is the Josie reblooming lilac. And again, a whole bunch of hollyhocks. I do have alstroemeria here that are all flushing out. This area looks awesome with alstroemeria. Then I have some lisianthus. I'm starting to grow I'm starting to grow some from seed. They take a long time to grow. This is an itea, and here are some toad lilies, and there is the stone crop that is flushing out. There are more stone crop here. This is another Peggy Martin rose that's flushing out. And this is my little hedge of gardenia. These are frost-proof gardenia. Have some other things growing here. A lot of rudbeckia here that are coming back. I was doing an experiment with 3 different peonies. We'll see if they come back. But over there I have some penstemons that are doing okay and are already started budding up. I have a lot of calla lilies here. Again, my winter pots are looking awesome. That's it, friends. Hope you enjoyed my video. Try to give you kind of a very quick winter garden tour. If you like my video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel. I'll try to post more interesting videos in the future. Please leave some comments for my videos. That will help me make some improvements. And also anything else that you would like to see. I hope you like my work, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.